This September, I celebrated 2 achievements: surviving Tokyo's hottest summer on record and concluding my 2nd semester of Japanese language school. A lot has changed since I arrived in Japan, but school has been a constant part of my adventure here. My first semester was fun, but challenged me in ways I didn't expect, and advancing to the next class this semester definitely increased the difficulty. Despite my struggles, or maybe because of them, I also discovered new ways to learn more efficiently, both in and out of the classroom, and ended up enjoying this semester even more than the first. Let's start with the bad news first. Grammar is still hard. In fact, I'm starting to think it may always be hard for me. But something was different this semester. Either I'm becoming more resilient or just more accustomed to the challenge level of our classes. Even in the JLPT class, where we're hammered with new grammar every week, I felt like I was starting to enjoy my time in class and even pick up some of the new points we're learning. And business Japanese? Also still hard. But one thing that helped me this semester was having an opportunity to shadow a day in the life of a real employee at a Japanese nature preservation nonprofit. I certainly didn't understand everything I heard during the visit, but getting to experience business Japanese in the real world helped me connect a few more dots. Previously, our weekly business Japanese lessons felt like rote memorization of complicated phrases and templated conversation topics. But getting to hear it all in context helped make everything we were studying feel more tangible and practical. On the sunnier side of things, I'm happy to report that my reading, writing, listening, and daily conversation levels continue to improve. My classmates are all very friendly people, and I'm grateful that so many of them have been willing to sit down and process life together in Japanese. This time with friends isn't just studying, I'm also making lifelong memories that I know I'm going to cherish forever. Over the past 3 months, I've had the chance to live with several new homestay families, and our conversations and adventures together have deepened my understanding of Japanese culture and everyday language far beyond what I could learn in the classroom. Of course, living in Japanese-speaking homes has been challenging at times, but it keeps me on my toes and has taught me tons of useful everyday phrases. I still feel my brain grinding the gears a bit during any Japanese conversation I have with my homestay family at 6 a.m., but the meaningful relationships I've been able to build with native Japanese speakers from different generations has made all the hard work worthwhile. If you watched my first semester in language school video, you may recall that I came out of the gate with some pretty grand plans for the start of my 2nd semester. I was going to reform my study routine, introduce new tools and techniques, and generally just crush it in my independent study time. For better or worse, most of that didn't pan out. But through the process of trying so many study techniques, I believe I discovered something incredibly helpful for my future learning path. The fact is, I learn best when I can use Japanese to do something new or make genuine connections with others. In fact, when using Japanese in these ways, it doesn't feel like studying at all. It's just a conversation with friends over lunch where hours fly by like minutes. It's hiking through the woods to experience a waterfall. It's passing time on my commute with a hilarious Japanese podcast, and winding down for bed with a Japanese audiobook while following along on my iPad. As simple as this breakthrough may seem, it has been a serious game changer for me, and represents a significant shift from the rote memorization I was dedicating so much time and effort to before. This change was also partially motivated by a book I read earlier in the semester called 10x is Easier Than 2x. Despite its admittedly somewhat cringy title, the book was really helpful for me. In it, the authors argue that in order to achieve increasingly meaningful results in any domain, we need to challenge ourselves to think in new, creative ways instead of just doubling down and grinding harder at the way we were working before. My constantly evolving daily SRS study routines serve as a good example of this. For literally years now, I've been searching nonstop for new ways to squeeze just a little more efficiency out of my existing systems. As a result, most of these tools have just developed into stressors rather than helpful daily habits. In contrast, finding creative ways to use Japanese every day and investing more time into building relationships with people I care about is exactly the type of outside-the-box thinking that the 10x authors are advocating for, with the potential to help me achieve language results far beyond what I could ever hope for from the SRS grind. At the end of my first semester, I made a decision to treat my remaining time in school as several successive, semester-long experiments on how I can best learn and thrive in this uniquely challenging environment. Thanks to this new way of thinking, I approached my second semester with a more open mind and found success in unexpected areas as a result. Looking ahead to my third semester, I plan to carry this helpful mindset forward with me. But this time, instead of just grinding harder at my existing study systems or chasing new ones, I'm going to try to do a better job of looking out for new and creative ways to practice Japanese through building connections and embracing opportunities that arise in everyday life. Who knows where this more relationship-centered approach will take me, but I like the odds. In the long run, investing in people, in any language, is the best way to create more love and empathy in the world. And we can never have too much of that. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.